Welcome back to GearWire.com. I am Owen O'Malley, and this is the Squier Vintage Modified Fretless Jazz Bass. We checked out the Vintage Modified Jazz Bass, the Squier version, in a video about 2 years ago. This came out at about the same time, and it shares a couple of the same features. Most notably, a very low price point, $300, and some really excellent sounding pickups, these Duncan Designed jazz bass pickups. Now, you'll notice this bass looks quite a bit different, and actually looks very similar to a bass that Jaco Pastorius made famous. Jaco, you may know the apocryphal story, probably not apocryphal, but he took I think it was a 62 jazz bass, he ripped all the frets out, filled in the fret line holes with wood epoxy, and then coated the entire thing in 7 layers of maritime polyurethane. And that's how we got that very glassy, resonant sound. This neck is not exactly that construction. This neck is a one-piece maple neck with an ebenol fingerboard. Ebenol is a synthetic material that is very often used in fretless instruments like jazz basses. It is similar to ebony in appearance and tone, but unlike ebony, it doesn't develop grooves when you play round wound strings. Typically, if you are shopping for like a used fretless bass, if it's been used and well used for like 10 years or so, you're definitely going to see grooves cut into the fingerboard by just the natural buzzing of the string up against the board. And what that does is it creates dead zones. So basically, an ebenol synthetic fingerboard should last longer, will last longer than an actual ebony fingerboard. And it sounds pretty good. I think it sounds pretty great on this bass. The body is agathis, and the hardware is chrome, both the bridge, the machine heads, and the tuners, and they're pretty decent tuners. Now, let's just listen a little bit more to this bass. It's a pretty basic, your traditional jazz bass wiring. You've got volumes for each of these pickups and then a master tone control. Let's bring both of the pickups on again. And right now we've got our tone control rolled down quite a bit. And what you're hearing is this bass played direct through a JDI and also mic'd through an Ampeg B200R rocket bass combo. So let's listen to both these pickups on. Now let's bring the tone up. Actually, let's bring the tone up all the way and you can hear sort of what it sounds like when it's totally open. So you get a lot of string noise, and you do start to hear a little bit the strings, sort of bouncing against the fretboard in not the most pleasant way. I think this bass sounds best when the tone is dialed down a little bit. Now, if we take out or roll back the neck pickup a little bit, and we favor the rear pickup, we get that real classic sort of like, weather report kind of bass sound. Yeah. So let's favor now the neck pickup a little bit here, roll back the tone even more. You get something that's maybe a little bit closer to what an upright electric would sound like. Not exactly. But that growl that is really what makes a fretless jazz bass is totally present in this bass. I mean, the tone gets very, very deep. and growly and smooth, and it just sounds awesome. And this bass is only 300 bucks. Squier is making some really, really excellent basses, especially in their vintage modified line. So if you haven't checked them out yet, play one. The action is great. They're really fun to play, and it's really easy to make them sound really good. You've been watching GearWire.com, and I am Owen O'Malley. See you later.